Okay, I want to get this out of the way. We need a recount on Georgia. We need Georgia to be recounted because Georgia Lyman is not real.
All I can think of is Florida Georgia Lyman.
Welcome back to another Cast Pass. And if you watched our Spider-Man No Way Home video, you pretty much know the rules. So hopefully you did, and if you didn't, probably check it out before you watch this one. So the basic rules are, we're just going to draft actors' movies in a snake draft, and you probably saw that earlier. Our locks for this episode are Leonardo DiCaprio, Jennifer Lawrence, and Meryl Streep. So we all have to take a movie of one of theirs, and then we get our 4 wild cards, and we can pick anybody from Don't Look Up's massive cast. And while Don't Look Up was a divisive movie, we're either one way or the other about it, I'm pretty sure all of us can agree that the fact that all these people worked on this movie is absolutely nuts and insane. And this massive cast should make for a pretty fun little draft here. Once again, the basic rule is for franchises, we can only take one movie from a particular franchise. So we will not be having any Lord of the Rings repeats, so see how that goes down. But anyway, that should be the basic rules. The order of the draft happens to be the exact same, and yes, we did do different parameters for coming up with the order, but ultimately it wound up the same. I won the fist fight yet again. And so our order is Bryce, Christian, Trevor, and we are snaking, as you all well know. So let's get going, and there's no place to hide, just look up, but also don't look up. Here is our cast pass. With the first overall pick, we're going to do like Morgan Wallen says, and we're going to get a little Gone Girl. Tyler Perry, of course.
Gone Girl.
You shithead.
And he's Gone Girl.
So I want to say up front that I want to make sure that a lot of these are very Christian DiMartino choices, to the point where when I choose them, you say, yeah, he would choose that. So I'm going with one of the mains, Meryl Streep, for Death Becomes Her. Mind you, there were plenty of choices that could have been made.
Any ones in particular?
Maybe Sophie's.
Alrighty, for the first round of my pick, I'm going to select a lock, and I'm going to select Leonardo DiCaprio, and I'm going to choose Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Get the fuck out.
Christian, if only you could have picked it before he picked it.
I know. I'm a nice person. I like my friends.
And for my second pick of the round, I'm going to choose a wild card, and I'm picking Frank Ridlin, who was the flight director, who was also in Birdman. Ridlin, he's the
Ridlin.
flight director.
That looks like a Y.
Oh, it's Ridley, sorry. I spelled it right, but said it wrong.
Big fan.
Ridley.
Anyways, I'm going with another lock, and I know for a fact, well, actually, I don't really know. I'm going with Jennifer Lawrence for Mother!
Great pick.
Again, a very me choice.
And with my next pick, I will be taking The Wolf of Wall Street.
For who?
For Jonah Hill!
Oh.
And a wild card.
Well played.
And then for my next pick, I am going with Timothée Chalamet. And I will go with Lady Bird.
I knew it. I'm going with my last lock. Let's just get it out of the way. I'm going Leonardo DiCaprio for Inception.
Cobb.
Yeah. Don Cobb. Good job on Frank Ridley. Who was he in Birdman?
Mr. Roth. Alrighty, for my third pick, I'm going to go back to the lock category, and I'm going to pick Meryl Streep for The Devil Wears Prada. As Miranda Priestley, we all know. Iconic.
It honestly is.
For my fourth pick, I'm going to go back to wild card. And I'm picking John Glazer, who played Meow Man in the movie. And I'm going to take Hustlers.
It's a great movie.
And you're gonna be invited back, right?
Oh yeah, I'm getting invited back.
You are out of control. You're living up to your threat, promise. I don't. So far,
It's a threat and a promise.
it's pretty good. All right. Well, for my next one, since I'm not utterly insane, I'm going with one of the wild cards. I'm going with my girl Kate Blanchett for
Blue Jasmine.
Oh,
It
who
was
would've
Blue
guessed?
Jasmine. Okay, with my next pick, I'm going with my first lock, Jennifer Lawrence, and I will be taking X-Men: Days of Future Past.
that was my third one.
And with my next pick, I will be selecting
Oh,
Sarah Silverman.
oh,
She's in this movie. I will be selecting
School of Rock.
damn it!
Sorry.
Okay, so I'm next going with a wild card, and I'm going with Timothée Chalamet for Interstellar.
Damn it!
Yeah, bitch. What, do you think I was gonna choose the gay movie? Yeah.
Alrighty, for my fifth pick, I'm gonna take Jennifer Lawrence, and I'm gonna go ahead and draft American Hustle for her portrayal as Rosalind. Hustle.
Thank God for me.
And for my sixth pick, I'm gonna pick Georgia Lyman for The Town. She played Neptune's waitress.
None of these people exist.
I promise they do. The Town. I forgot to write the.
Well, you remembered who Georgia Lyman is, so I think you overdid it regardless.
My next one is, of course, a wild card choice. I'm going Jonah Hill
Okay. Great a lot.
for Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Oh.
And with the way this draft is gone, that leaves me with DiCaprio and Streep, and I get to pick their best movies without anybody have taken them. So that worked out for me. So I'm going with, for Leonardo DiCaprio, I'm going with The Departed.
It is like
You're departed.
Billy Costigan.
So Meryl Streep also, yeah, I could have went with Death Becomes Her, or I could have went with The Devil Wears Prada. Meryl Streep is a little known actress, and so she doesn't have many roles to choose from, especially any roles that she's very good in. So
The Post.
Kramer versus
Great.
Kramer.
It's a great choice. Alright, so for my last one, I'm gonna go with Mark Rylance. Man, fuck it, we're going Dunkirk. This is a Christopher Nolan household.
Alrighty, for the seventh pick of mine, I'm gonna pick Michael Chiklis, and I'm taking Spirited Away, who he's the voice of someone's dad.
Honestly, kind of surprised he didn't go the Fantastic Four route. I'm disappointed.
It was second.
Now we are going to look up at the results of the draft. So this is clearly the best list, and I am unabashedly saying that, as opposed to the other video, because this list is over here, and the other lists are way over somewhere, another stratosphere. I don't know what the heck happened to this board.
An upper stratosphere.
Yes, yeah, like it's an asteroid that is coming straight for us, because this is just wackadoodle. So,
I think this list is better than Don't Look Up.
okay, to be frank, literally every movie that we have drafted is better than Don't Look Up. And then, but yeah, all these movies are better than Don't Look Up. But Don't Look Up has a fantastic cast, as I alluded to in the introduction, so I think we can all agree on that. So it made for fun bouncing around. But anyway, I still think this is clear and away the best list. I have Leonardo DiCaprio in The Departed, and then I have Jennifer Lawrence in X-Men: Days of Future Past,
The best one.
Mystique, and then I got Meryl Streep in Kramer versus Kramer. Everyone is good in that movie, and she's also Meryl Streep, so she's very good in it too. And then I went with Gone Girl. We got a little Gone Girl with Tyler Perry.
I know you were so close to picking his other stuff, so I'm glad you went with Gone Girl.
Dude, honestly, if everybody got a little crazier, I was gonna go with Medea, Witness Protection.
We know.
As good as movie. Eugene Levy and Denise Richards are married, and it's a movie, and Medea is also in it.
I would probably watch that.
You should. It is
Sold
funny.
me.
It is
Okay.
genuinely funny. It's just a
Okay.
straight up comedy. Jonah Hill for The Wolf of Wall Street, because it's kind of funny that I could take it and Leonardo DiCaprio could have technically been in 4, ha ha ha. But they kind of went a different way too. But believe it or not, Inception and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, both good movies. But Timothée Chalamet for Lady Bird, and I knew I had to get that one because that was one of the must-haves for me. Timothée Chalamet is hilarious in that film, and it's one of my favorites. Sarah Silverman for School of Rock. She is straight up evil in this movie, but I knew I had to get School of Rock in there any way I could. Just kind of make my list a little more fun, because I like that element of this too. I'm not just trying to be like, this is the best movie, I'm putting it on my list. No, I like to have a fun little eclectic thing. I've got a fun little blockbuster, X-Men Days of Future Past, also with a massive cast. I've got 2 solid dramas. That one with a massive cast, also massive cast here. Kind of a massive cast theme, honestly. Gone Girl, massive cast. A little nice drama. Wolf of Wall Street, massive cast. A little bit fun, but also a drama. Lady Bird, massive cast. School of Rock, lesser massive cast, but like when you take into account the childhood actors and kind of look at it through that vein, yes. It's kind of also a massive cast. Yes.
Yeah.
Mike White, Sarah Silverman, and the Jack Black. And they do the eyebrow thing. Okay, but anyway, this is the best list, and I'm gonna let them talk because this is also a part of their show. So, Christian, what's your list looking like?
So, I told you up front that this was going to be a very me list, and I fucking meant it. Okay, so up front, we got Christopher Nolan and Inception, which could be his best movie. I'm back and forth. And then Mother, which I think is Jennifer Lawrence's best performance. I stand by that. I fuck with that movie, and it's like my 4th favorite Darren Aronofsky movie, and that just shows how much I enjoy his movies. I really love that.
And for everybody in the comments telling me that Mother is a worse movie than Don't Look Up, I wouldn't know. Still haven't seen Mother
You
yet.
still haven't seen that?
Because you all act like you want to watch it, and then we never have gotten around to it. But yeah,
it is the one where they eat Jennifer Lawrence's Jesus baby. It's a wild ride.
dude.
It was 5 years ago. Anyways,
And also, that doesn't make sense to anyone.
exactly. Exactly.
It made more sense than some of the names you put on this list. Georgia Lyman? Who the hell? Georgia Lyman, if you're watching this video, leave a comment and let us know that you are a real person and
I'm
that
a
you are
big fan.
in the town.
I'm a
and
big
Don't Look Up.
fan.
Let us know how much fun you had on the production of those movies.
My next vote was my most inspired. Here's the thing. Meryl Streep has 21 Oscar nominations. You know, Sophie's Choice, Adaptation, Florence Foster Jenkins, I guess. August Osage County, Kramer versus Kramer. Great movie, by the way. But you know what she wasn't nominated for? Death But Fucking Comes Her. Madeline Ashton is a tour de force. Speaking of tour de forces, Kate Blanchett in Blue Jasmine, I think it's the best performance of the last 10 years.
She played Jasmine?
Yes.
She's not even blue in it.
You're right. And then with Timothée, Interstellar is just it's a great time. More Christopher Nolan. I never get fed up of it. I can't say that Jonah Hill is the highlight of Forgetting Sarah Marshall, but besides The Wolf of Wall Street, it's my favorite movie he's in.
Be honest though, he's one of the many highlights. That character is literally absolutely.
I agree. I know. I think he's just great at
plays
that.
it perfectly.
He's almost as funny as Paul Rudd's character.
And then
yes.
I really wasn't banking on somebody taking Gone Girl, but I don't know you. But so I at the last minute I was like I could go with Melanie Linsky for Heavenly Creatures, but I was like, you know what? There's a good Christopher Nolan theme running here, so I was like Mark Rylance for Dunkirk. Could have went with Bridge of Spies to give Steven Spielberg some love, but
I'm gonna give him a laptop because I don't remember these people's names. I'm just not gonna be able to explain myself. Alrighty, and for my list, hopefully no one crucifies me. For Leonardo DiCaprio, I chose his second best role in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I agree with Bryce. The Departed as Billy Costigan's probably his best, but he's awesome as Rick Dalton. It's an iconic character. And then I went for Jennifer Lawrence. I went with American Hustle, where she plays the ever-annoying Rosalind in the movie. Also got nominated for an Oscar in that movie. She's pretty dope. Meryl Streep for Devil Wears Prada is Miranda Priestley. If you haven't seen the movie, get the fuck out of here. I don't care. You need to see it. It's amazing. Emily Blunt and Anne Hathaway. And it's actually kind of funny. For wild cards, this is the part I didn't really want to get to. For wild cards, I picked Birdman.
But who was in that?
Frank Ridley? Frank Ridley was the flight director in Don't Look Up. I don't know when the flight director shows up, but he's in there.
Just who is Frank Ridley in Birdman?
I think his name
Was
is
he also a flight director?
He's Mr. Roth in Birdman.
Oh, yeah!
Oh,
a very
yes.
integral part of the film. Mr. Roth, played by Frank Ridley. Shut up! Frank Ridley is not a real person. He was not in Don't Look Up.
He was in Edge
He
of
was
Tomorrow.
not in Birdman.
He was the automatic weapons expert in Edge of Tomorrow.
Nobody watching this video knows or gives a shit about Frank Ridley.
I'm offended. I'm a big Frank Ridley
You don't
fan.
know who Frank Ridley is.
You guys...
You can't handle the Frank Ridley because no one knows who the shit that is. Ridley's Game, the talented Mr. Ridley. What the hell?
Hey, Kate Blanchett was in there.
Right, we could have picked it.
Yeah, it was on the short list.
Okay, now tell me who John Glazer is.
And then for my second wild card pick, I picked Hustlers. John Glazer, who plays Meow Man in Don't Look Up. He also plays Mark in Hustlers.
Plays Meow Man. That is the name of a character.
And Don't
according
Look
to
Up.
Trevor.
Meow Man.
He's probably a guy that
we all remember Meow Man.
I don't even remember Don't Look Up.
And then
Sorry,
for my
really don't.
for my third pick, I chose The Town, Georgia Lyman. She's great in Don't Look Up, but she's even better in The Town when she plays Neptune's waitress. Love The Town, love Georgia Lyman. Hopefully I can see more coming from her out of that camp. I know she's been working hard. I haven't really talked to her in a while, but
Okay.
I'm the leader of her fan group.
Okay, I want to get this out of the way. We need a recount on Georgia. We need Georgia to be recounted because Georgia Lyman is not real.
All I can think of is Florida Georgia Lyman.
The fact that Christian has said this makes it all the worse. Florida Georgia Lyman. We're cruising. We're baby you a song. You make me want to pull
I
my
don't know what that
windows
is.
down.
I'm
The
gonna-
Town.
Sure.
What the hell? Trevor.
Look what you've done.
On the bright side, we've all heard of Spirited Away. And we all know Michael Chiklis.
Yeah, and that makes that less of a crazy pick. You're right, yeah. There
Yeah.
was totally no better options for you to pick. There was nothing else on the board. You could not, you were forced to pick Michael Chiklis, and then you
I
were
was
like,
gonna do Kid
hey,
Cudi.
Spirited Away.
Bill and Ted Face the Music. But,
Oh, yeah. That was an option, yes.
yeah, but I went with something good.
Yeah.
You
Something that makes
also
sense.
you also could have went with Kate Blanchett, Jonah Hill,
No, but like,
Mark Rylance.
Who cares about? Oh wow! All of your
Them.
all's wild cards are well-known people.
I might actually know who John Glazer is.
yeah, I think I do.
I
Like,
think
it's
I
still
kind
like,
of-
You pulled that out of your butthole anyway.
That
Shut up.
He did.
But okay, but so Trevor, this is basically, Trevor picked Frank Ridley, John Glazer, Georgia Lyman, and Michael Chiklis.
Michael Chiklis. Everyone knows who that is.
Okay, but like,
Shield.
if you wanted to be a little more off the wall, you could have went with
Shield.
You could have went Liev Schreiber, and you could have literally picked Into the Spider-Verse,
You even-
Isle of Dogs, Scream. You could have picked Scream.
They're all over there.
You could have went with let me see here, Kate Blanchett, right? And she's only
What has she done?
She's only done 3 Lord of the Rings movies, and no one took one of those. So you could have taken a Lord of the
I
Rings
find
movie.
that pretty comical.
You could have done whatever you wanted with, okay? Or you could have gone Ron Perlman and taken Drive or one of
I
the
would have.
Hellboys.
I would have picked Pacific Rim, where he
Or
plays
that, yes.
Chow.
Things that make sense. Or you could have taken Sarah Silverman and went with Wreck-It Ralph or whatever the hell. Chris Evans was an option.
He
and
was in that movie.
I just had all my spots filled up. Excuse me. So I could not have put it in, but I could have went with Chris Evans in Infinity War or Endgame or Knives Out or Scott Pilgrim. But we went with Georgia Lyman, a person no one knows exists. Frank Ridley.
He does.
He played the flight attendant, Mr. Flight Guy. No one knows what or how that is. And yeah, there's plenty more. I could just keep going. Jonah Hill has several movies.
Those 4 movies can go up against your 4 movies.
You could have picked Django Unchained.
Yeah, you're right.
You could have picked
Jonah
Michael
Hill
Hall.
is in that.
Yeah.
Fuck me! I
Bag-
would have went with that.
Yeah, he's Bagman
Ah,
number 2.
see,
I have it on the list.
I should have done my research.
But anyway, that's my diatribe on options that I wasn't able to pick because I only had 7 picks. I was drafting with a guy who drafted, and I can't stress this enough. He drafted Frank Ridley, John Glazer,
But
George
Birdman
Lyman.
and Hustlers in the Town, those are all bangers. At the heart of it, let's
Yeah,
get real
and-
with
but
ourselves.
if we stop to think a little
It's
bit,
where it starts.
Frank Ridley's role in Birdman, no one knows that even what.
Mr. Roth.
Yeah, no one. Yeah, you can say that like you know it because you looked it up on IMDb. But what? None of these people. No one could literally watch the movie and be like, "That's George Lyman." No one could do a Once Upon a Time in Hollywood and be like, "Judge George Lyman." Point at the screen. No one could do that. None of you.
I know.
And you're the one who picked it. But anyway, and then I know what Christian was doing. I've been a friend with Christian, so I know all these are his picks. So I get it. But at the same time, as a full list leaves me something to be desired. I don't know. It just seems it's chaotic, and that's not a bad thing, I guess, especially with this game. But because my list is kind of chaotic, but at the same time, I think all these people and the rules in all these movies, and then the movies themselves, I think as a collection, my list by far makes the most sense. But I was tempted early on. I told myself I was going to draft Ariana Grande and Wild Card for Zoolander 2. But by the time this was going around,
Her name in Zoolander 2 is ridiculous.
she's literally just a part of that orgy scene.
Yeah.
So it's just like random orgy person, and it's like Ariana Grande.
I have no recollection of that movie.
She was in it. It was a
Okay,
cameo.
everybody was in that.
But anyway, so I thought about doing that just because I was like, you know what, I'm gonna have some fun. But y'all got nuts with this, so
I told you I was
thought I
going
was
to.
gonna sit back and just come up with easily the best list of 7, and 7 that I can be proud of, that I genuinely like. Not 7 that I'm just like, well, these are really good reputations. No, 7 that I actually like. And like I said, I could have gone Chris
Did I
Evans,
not?
Infinity War.
No, they're all great.
You like all these movies quite a bit, so I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it doesn't have a lot of cross appeal for me. So,
Oh, yeah.
but so in terms of second place, I am going to of course go with Christian still actually, because Trevor picked Frank Ridley, John Glazer, Georgia Lyman, and Michael Chiklis. So Christian's list obviously is second best for me.
Oh.
So I hope at least pretended like I gave that any bit of thought. But yeah, yikes. Okay, so Christian, now you can tell me why your list is the best.
It is the best because I'm true to myself, and I honestly, I feel like all of those movies are just great. And you know, here's the thing. So like, there are some movies that are just synonymous with people. You know, like Jonah Hill and The Wolf of Wall Street. Those choices are all correct. I just wanted to shed light on certain movies, which I'm mostly speaking about Mother and Death Becomes Her, because I just don't think those movies get enough love. And so I just thought I would. And then you threw me for a loop with Tyler Perry and Gone Girl, which I should have suspected somebody would do it. But what else was I going to choose? Alex Cross? I mean, I
number 1 overall pick. You know?
That's that. Honestly, if it wasn't for you picking that, I would have picked that.
I
too.
just thought that cast was so large. I was like, who's really going to remember Tyler Perry and Gone Girl? I do, because that's my kind of movie.
Pepperidge
Right.
Farms remembers.
I mean, I can't say. No, I do say it's the best. I mean, there are some choices. No, I like all those choices actually. I've seen those movies multiple times.
And like one of the best movies in here is Interstellar, and honestly, why I think that's probably the best movie is just how well they focus and develop. You know, Matthew McConaughey's son's character, played beautifully by Timothée Chalamet. I just tear up every time I think about it. It's just the
classic.
relationship that he had with his son, especially early on in the film. Was just,
Marv!
no, that's the daughter.
Right.
I'm talking about the pivotal aspect of the movie with Timothée Chalamet.
Yeah, when he was like, "You're just smart enough to be a farmer."
Yeah, that part. It was just so well spoken, and just such a gut-wrenching aspect of the movie in terms of like it's a real father-son kind of movie.
Mhm.
Definitely not a father-daughter thing. Definitely did not tear up.
Great young
any of those
Casey Affleck.
parts.
Obviously, Call Me by Your Name was the Timothy vote. Timothée, excuse me. But I was not going to do that because you know what? I like Interstellar more. Sorry.
But you never even call me by your name.
It's a great movie. And then, of course, like, I don't know, Jonah Hill was nominated for an Oscar for Moneyball. I like that movie quite a bit, but I'd rather watch that. These are all movies. The movies I chose are movies that I would rather watch.
And you know what? That strategy makes sense.
Yeah.
Because it's your list.
I didn't quite go with...
Is that your number one? Is yours?
Actually... Oh, yeah.
your-
100%.
Who's your number two?
It's tough. Because you know what? I admire your spirit. You put forth the fucking work, man. And you know what? I love all those movies. I really do. But you know what? It's very close. Because your movies are also pretty great.
He's got some bangers.
See, like, I think all of those are pretty damn great. I think all of those are pretty damn great. But, you know, that's the thing. You took the dive, and I'm gonna give you second.
I'll take it.
I'm gonna give you a second.
I'll stand proud.
Just for Georgia Lyman. Oh, well, we can't forget Frank Ridley. Got the best movie in your well, I do.
Yeah, I know Birdman might be the
Stuff.
best. I obviously think mine is the best one because it is. And then for the second, I think it's a very close. I think I've seen Christian's list more, but the way I'm thinking about it is like just me stuck on an island. And I think Bryce's list is one I could sit with for a long time. But also, I love every single movie on Christian's list. So this is hard to do, but Bryce, I got you for second. So who did you pick for second?
Get out.
I picked Christian. I picked Christian for second. So everybody got a second place. For
Oh,
last.
okay.
So that's why we really need your help. So leave in the comments.
We're true to ourselves.
Yeah, we know what we like, but we want to know what you all like. Which of these lists do you think is best? Which guy do you think won this draft? And why do you think that Frank Ridley exists? What do you think his purpose in life is, along with Georgia Lyman? Do they know each other? Are they friends? Do they have conversations on weekends? We want to know all of this and more. Leave a comment and let us know. That was our cast's Getting Past It.